What's up, y'all? Hey, just got back from the Florida swing. First two events down there in Florida. First one on the St. Johns River. Second one on Lake Okeechobee. Man, it felt good to get the season kicked off. Was a long off season, so I was pretty jacked to get down there and get the season going, man. So I just thought I'd go ahead and give you guys a quick recap of the events and what I caught them on. Don't have anything to show you for the St. Johns River since I suck so bad, man. I finished in 95th place, I believe. Pretty brutal week. It was a nice reminder of how humbling this sport is. When you think you've got it figured out, you absolutely do not ever. So this was a good reminder, man. But I'm really proud of the way I rebounded last week at Okeechobee, man. I had a top 10 there. Ended up the event in 9th place. So can't complain, man. Had a really tough practice at the St. John's, and just quick rundown of what happened at St. John's. Was inside the top 50 after the first day. Caught all my fish off the bed there. The second day we had a really cold night, and I didn't think the bed fish I had left were going to leave. I had some really big ones that had moved up there that first Thursday. They were like actively spawning and rolling around with each other, like actively doing their deal, and I thought they'd be ready the second day. I didn't figure that they were going to leave at that point, but they did. Every single one of them left, man, and I had nothing on my fish left, so I had to go fishing. Just didn't get any bites, and that's the way it goes. That's fishing. Learned a lot. The St. Johns River has had my number when I haven't been able to go to Rodman, and that's the way it goes, man. Like I said, it's a humbling sport. It's a good reminder that just about when you think you got it figured out, you don't. But like I said, proud of the way I rebounded. Okeechobee had a really tough practice. Didn't really have a whole lot. I found the fish I ended up doing most of my work on the last day of practice. I had one little area on the west wall, was just kind of a keeper hole. I filled my limit there the first day after I only caught two in my primary area. Which my primary deal ended up being I was scoping in J&S Canal. I found those fish the last day of practice, caught like 3 quality keepers in there, and kind of figured that's where I wanted to fish at. That's one of my favorite ways to fish, along with the other way I caught them, swimming a jig on the west wall. But just figured I'd go in there and do that. I didn't figure it'd get a bunch of pressure comparative to other places on the lake. The water was clean in there, and the fish were in there. Keyed in on bait balls. That's the deepest canal on Lake Okeechobee. It's like 28 foot deep out in the middle, so it's got really good water depth. The water was clean, and there's not a lot of clean water places on Lake Okeechobee right now. So was able to get in there the first day. I only caught 2 in there the first day. I caught a 6.5 pounder and a 3 pounder, which are the two right bites you need in Florida, especially the 6.5 pounder. Man, you got to have a big one in Florida every single week, every single tournament day. That's the number one key in Florida, man. You got to have a big one. I was able to do that every day but the last day. I fished in there, the J&S Canal area, until noon the first day. I only had those 2 bites. Left out of there, went to my secondary area on the west wall, and there was a bunch of fish schooling in there on like the little tiny glass minnows that were literally about that big. I'm sure I've got a pile of them in my live well. And I was able to fill out a limit pretty quick in there. Like I said, I only had 2 at like 1 o'clock and was able to get in there and catch what I caught. But my 2 main deals for the whole week, one was scoping a minnow. This is just a pretty simple deal. Just a 3/16 ounce owner range roller. That's what I was catching them on. With the scented jerk shad, smoky shad color. That's kind of my favorite color. It's good all over the country. I've caught them from Florida to Texas to New York and everywhere in between on that color. It's my favorite color. Using my signature rod from FinX. This is a 7.2 medium, 10-pound P-line SpinX braid to an 8-pound P-line tactical fluorocarbon leader. And like I said, that and the NBT marine screen you see over my shoulder right there, that thing has won me a lot of money. Got to put it to use this week on Okeechobee, and that was kind of my main deal. Caught my biggest ones. The second day I caught them all in the balls of bait doing that. They just kind of showed up about 11 o'clock that second day, and I went from like 12 pounds to 19 in no time. And it was the same deal the third day. Like the first 4 hours, I didn't get a bite, and then boom, all of a sudden there they were. So that was really, really cool to see. And then the last day, they just never showed up for me. So had to go to my backup area, and that was doing. I was swimming a jig. You guys, I'm sure you can't see that. There's head of that thing's all chewed up. There's teeth marks everywhere. My hook's bent out. Just a 1/4 ounce swim jig, black and blue. I was either using a black and blue cross style trailer or just a swim bait because they were keyed in on those little glass minnows. Same deal for that, throwing it on my signature rod from FinX. This is a 7-foot medium heavy, just a good all around rod. 50-pound P-line Endurex braid, 7:1 gear ratio reel, man, and just kind of, I really like that 1/4 ounce because I can kind of float it up high rather than it trying to, dig down, because the fish were only in about less than a foot of water. So it was not, you had to be able to float the jig rather than fighting it, if that makes any sense at all. It's kind of the same deal when you're scoping. You kind of want your bait to float rather than trying to fight the weight of the head the whole time. I just think it gives a much more natural presentation. But got out of there with a 9th place finish, good points, kind of a really good rebound from a bomb the week before, saved us for the season. Got us in a good spot going into the rest of the year. Got us some good momentum going into the Classic coming up here, and got to leave in 9 days. So really good stuff, man. Proud of the way I was able to rebound. In years past, I've always kind of let a bad tournament like that snowball and it trickle down into the next few events, or like I did my sophomore year. I did it for had that kind of snowball into 7 straight bad events. So was able to just kind of stick with it and fish and get some good momentum going for the rest of the year, man. Hopefully we can go out to Texas here in a few weeks and make some noise. But appreciate you guys for watching. Going to have the breakdown again coming this year, what it costs to fish on the Elite Series. It's going to be much different this year since we're only paying $10,000 in entry fees. So that's exciting. Be on the lookout for that. And we're also just going to have some just fishing videos here around the house, and then we're going to have some stuff from the first 2 tournaments coming up. Got one of my best friends traveling with me this year, filming for me, so we're going to have stuff coming down the pipe here before long. Be on the lookout for it. I appreciate you guys for watching, all the support. Fishing industry is in a weird spot right now. Lots of drama. I don't want to be a part of it. I just want to catch bass. So everyone has stuck with me here for the last, I guess, year and a half since things got crazy last November. I appreciate you guys. You guys keep me going. It's the reason I do this stuff. Thank you guys. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you in the next one.